lovers, that's 20 goons and ice cream whip, triple school.
Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the Washington Redskins. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Haskins. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after him early.
And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. A well-executed 22-yard gain. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Wentz going to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert taking it in. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Second down, Haskins. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. 3rd down, here's Haskins. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Redskins.
Here we go. Hey, come on. 53. I got him.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins to Thompson on the screen. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Haskins back to the air. And that is incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tressway to punt it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Howard. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Check, watch 54. They can't hang with us. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go. Right there. Please. Right there. 54 Mike.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Ryan Kerrigan. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd and 14 coming up. And from down in Miami, an update. Well, the Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Now he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch. Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter. You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense. Eluding the pressure right. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ryan Anderson. I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him. Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open. Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right. They run again on 1st down, Peterson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Eagles' 47-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Haskins will throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one, but incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover. Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play? Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern.
7-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Back. 180. Man 5-7. Here we go. Hey, team 6. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Who that?
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Wentz now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Over here.
On the toss play, Howard has the first down and then some. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And down to the 29-yard line. It's a big-time run by Jordan Howard. Give him 53 yards on the ground. So a big play there running right. The DN couldn't get out. They couldn't stop him. It was the offense setting the edge and getting the big gain.
Yeah, essentially when you're the defensive end, when they talk about setting the edge so the offense has to bounce it one way or the other, instead that edge was actually rounded off by the offense and continued deep down the field.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Corey Clement, 29 yards. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think they just...
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
82. Sunday.
Here's Wentz to throw. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Haskins looking to throw on first down. He's got it complete to Thompson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Final play of the half, it's Haskins. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Come on now, let's go!
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check 13.
Now Wentz on the bootleg. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, 51 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. On second down, here's Haskins. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Haskins. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
With it is Jackson. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Ryan Kerrigan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw is Wentz. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. DRC, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie getting in there to break it up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
This is taken at the 23. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Now on 2nd and 13. Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Howard. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Here we go. Here we go. With the flag. Let's RT. Check 37. Check.
They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd down, Haskins. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Haskins on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Haskins on 1st down. Flush to his right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
1st down, Redskins.
Ready. Mike 51, Mike 51. Stop your running.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Flushed out right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Haskins going to throw again. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. And it's 3rd and 4. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Haskins back to the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thompson. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Eagles have recovered.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From the 17, Wentz being chased out left. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.